oil, and they go to the same 5 dealers and say, I'll sell you the same 10W30 oil, 5, whatever the mixture is, doesn't make any difference about that. I'll sell you the same oil as my brand for 2 cents less or for a nickel less. And so whichever oil company, local or regional distributor, lays down, and by laying down, I mean just turns over the profit and said, oh, if you'll just buy 50,000 cases a year from me, then I don't have to make as much profit as if you bought 5,000 cases from me. So bigger means, and you know this because bigger quantities can reduce the price. Walmart is a perfect example of just what quantity can do. And if you're like a private entrepreneur and you came up with an idea or a better product and you went to Walmart and you were struggling and you had a company and you had 10 employees, then 30 employees, then 100 employees, and then you get the Walmart account and it gives you that, wow, we've got enough orders here. We've got more orders this first quarter from Walmart than we've had in the last 4 years. But you got to go out and hire 500 people to fill the need. Now you're taking off, you say. You do that, and here's what happens. Here's what historically happens, and this is not a flame against Walmart, but it's what they do, and they do it really well. Once you get in the house, they come back to you and they say, you know, we agreed on a price, but we're going to cut your price. Or maybe your costs are increased by transportation, by gas prices. All of a sudden you go to Walmart and you say, hey, or your dealer, and you say, hey, I've got to charge you 2 cents more for this product. 2 cents is not a big deal. And the answer, not. We're not going to do it. That we have other people standing in line that are that follow you, that 100 people, 100 employee companies that want to be the 500, they think. So so companies that end up with accounts like Walmart and or like Ford Motor Company or OEMs like General Motors, that's not necessarily in their best interest. It really sounds like take this to the bank, I'm retired, I'm gonna do, instead of $2 million or $200,000, I'm gonna do $30 million a year, except that you end up putting your company in $100 million debt in order to ramp up. So and I'm not against growth. I love growth. I've always had debt all my life. But I will tell you, at one point in time, where the rubber meets the road, someone's got to make money, and that's the people in business. With regard to your cars, when you buy gas, as I said, last evening I stopped to buy gas. It was $3.69, and I chose for $3.69 to use the mid-grade octane. And here's what car I chose to put that in. Now, I'm a car guy. I know cars. I know engines. One of my cars is a Viper with 500 horsepower and 488 cubic inches, and I did not put premium fuel in it. I put the mid-grade fuel. And today I'm doing, and here's where I'm going to get into how it can help you to get better gas mileage in the car you drive. If you've got this is a standard transmission car. It doesn't have to be a Viper. It could be a Toyota. It could be a smart car. It could be any automobile a little mini that has paddle shifters, which is like Formula One shifters on the steering wheel. You're probably aware, or it has a standard transmission. In order for you to get better gas mileage, the first thing you have to do is learn driving techniques. And I don't know if you know this or not, each day on American roads, or the U.S. roads, 5 billion, that's B like in Bobby, 5 billion miles are logged on American roads. And you say, well, that's unbelievable, but it's that's the fact. And if you did the math, that's only 20 miles average per day per car in the U.S. at 250 million cars. And actually 240 million cars, and we've got more than that. But the bottom line, skip shifting. If you've got a standard transmission or paddle shifter, skip shift. And here's what that means. Always use first gear to launch the car from a traffic light. That will allow the engine to have the most power at the slowest engine RPM. The trick is, for gas mileage, is to go as fast as you can, not speed-wise, but as fast as you can with the engine going at its slowest speed. How do you do that? Well, you shift from first to third gear, not to second, but to third gear. And then you let the engine run a while. Now you're up to, let's say, 35 miles per hour, and then you shift to fifth gear. Now the engine, the smaller the engine, not going to like this. But if you've got a supercharged or a turbocharged engine, it really will accept this, because those engines have more torque. We're not talking horsepower. Horsepower is where you rev the engine 6,000 RPM, wide open, and then you measure horsepower. That's not gas mileage. Horsepower is directly related to torque. And torque is the engine's ability to twist, to turn the wheels via the transmission, by the crankshaft. So if you've got a car that has higher compression, like my Viper, that has more power, like my Viper, you can lug the engine. You can put the engine under a load, and the engine won't mind. Now, you won't feel that seat of the pants, ooh, drive me away here. You know, I mean, and whenever you feel that seat of the pants pull you through the seat of the pants and power, you're not driving for gas mileage. So I'm not saying that that's not fun, and I'm not saying that I don't do that, but I'm going to make it a point this week to see if I can come back next week and tell you that I have gotten a 20 plus, no less than 20% increase in MPG, and my car averages for the last 5 years 22,000 miles, 10 miles per gallon in town. And I'll tell you next week what it is. I'll fill it before the show on next Thursday here on Paltalk, and I will share with you the absolute honest fact, but we'll use